have that ironed out yet?
You know what? A lot of it's going to come down to injuries in terms of where we are depth-wise. We'll got through today, so hopefully we'll have a better feel for tomorrow. But we plan on playing the twos a good bit, and then giving the end of the game to the threes.
Okay.
How do you stand injury-wise right now?
I don't know in terms of a lot of guys trying to get we got a couple guys back today, so our medical staff will do a good job. They'll let us know by tomorrow morning in terms of some guys will play, but how many reps they can get, and what will be safe for some of the guys.
What's Buffalo not playing their starters? Change your plans at all?
Not really. We knew that. We had heard that earlier in the week. We're just going out to play. For us, it's as much about rhythm and communication. And on defense, are we running to the ball? Are we, playing the way we want? So, we're playing our guys.
You have said 1 quarter probably for Baker. What about after him?
Yeah, we're going to play Baker into the second quarter is the hope. Again, we'll play it by feel too. It could be earlier, it could be later. We'll kind of get a feel for, hey, we've had enough and go on. After that, we'll put Sam in, and then we'll finish with PJ.
Can you talk about Shi Smith and how he's making his presence felt?
Yeah, Shi's had a great camp. I think he's one of the bright spots of camp, one of many. And, he's become a dynamic guy for us, catching the ball, catch and run. I think the key for Shi is just to, continue to work on staying healthy, and for a lot of our young players, I just constantly point out Brian Burns, who last night's 9:30, he's still down there getting treatment. Matt Ioannidis, McCaffrey's, these guys take elite care of their bodies, and some of our young guys, you can't wait till you're hurt to start getting treatment. And so Shi's made a lot of development in those areas, and so if he stays healthy, which I think he will, I believe he will, I think he'll get better and better and better as the year goes on.
Matt, where can you help you?
Has Gio Ricci developed kind of what he can do for you guys at the position you play?
Yeah, we're really high on Gio. He does a lot of different things. He can play fullback. He can play tight end. He's got a bunch of catches in the games. He's an excellent special teams player. So Gio's one of those kind of hybrid chess piece type players that we like. That you only have 53 guys, but doesn't mean you can have 53 positions. That's a guy that can play multiple positions.
You're Shi Smith. Like, what areas can he kind of help you in? I mean, I know you kind of consider him as a little versatile and a guy who can do a lot of different things. But what do you feel like where he can help you the most?
I think Shi can play inside and he can play outside. I think initially when we saw him at the Senior Bowl, there was a thought of maybe he was just an inside guy, but I think he's got the length, arm length, and the ball skills to play outside as well. And he can help us in the return game. He's caught punts in all the preseason games, had a good kickoff return against Washington, so I think there's a lot that he brings.
Matt, how is Shaq doing with his rehab?
It's going great. He got reps yesterday. They wanted him to get 4. I think they ended up giving him 6 or 8. Today, I think he was supposed to get up to 8, and then knowing Shaq, he probably stole like 10. He got run into yesterday, which was scary at first. The guy slid, but it was probably in the end great for him that he probably has confidence. So I think Shaq's we have to be smart about how we reintroduce him, which we're doing. But I think Shaq's going to be just fine.
Julian Stanford, hadn't seen him the last
Yeah,
couple days.
he's got a little irritation, plantar fascia irritation. So nothing major. Just we'll make sure we take care of him and get his foot healthy and get him back. So hopefully he'll maybe for Friday night. That's one of the guys I'm talking about, but nothing long term or anything like that.
Terrace Marshall plays Friday.
I'm hoping. He got some good reps here. He ran a deep inside seam, ran by everybody, looked fast. So I'm hoping that really for him it's been a really good day, and the next day it kind of swells up on him. They're working overtime. He's working overtime, so credit to Terrace. Got him out here today, which was great. So hoping that tomorrow off that he'll be able to go Friday night.
Now that we're a couple days past naming the starter, have you noticed a temperament different about the team and the way they're working out? Has that changed a little bit in terms of if anyone's relaxed or it's just different?
I hope no one's relaxed. I think my message to the guys all along has been, a sense of urgency for each person, and everyone just worry about themselves. I think everyone appreciated how the guys handled the competition. I think Sam's had really good practices since then. So I think the rest of the team is just really focused on the matter at hand. I really never noticed anything from the day we announced the competition to the day we said it. It's been the same mindset.
Coach, going into the last preseason game and before the final round of cuts, where do you have the biggest question mark or the most uncertainty?
I think we feel pretty good about the roster overall. I think there's a lot of tough questions that we have to answer, and a lot of it probably will come down to, hey, who's healthy, who's not, just in some certain positions. Where do we have the most depth? Is it going to be, how many tailbacks, how many tight ends, so it's not necessarily just at one position, but it's, hey, do we add an extra receiver or an extra tight end? Those are really the conversations that we're having. Who are the best special teams players? So there'll be some hard conversations over the next couple of days, and again, it's a credit to the guys. I mean, there's a bunch of guys that I think could play for us.
Matt, you obviously threw a lot at the offense on Monday. I think you said threw more at him. What have you seen in response just on the field at practice now that they settle in together?
Yeah, situationally, we've thrown a lot at him. I think our situational awareness is like jumping leaps and bounds. I mean, yesterday, and this is not that time. If I told you this, just tell me to shut up. But we had J.J. Jansen and Johnny Hecker get up, and did I tell you guys this? Oh, they gave the last few days, not today, but the 2 days before, they got up and they gave an end-of-game presentation, with all the end-of-game situations that we talk about. And we had a visiting NFL coach, in town, and afterwards he said, "Boy, you guys have two unbelievable analytics guys," and I was like, "Those are players," and I mean that with the greatest respect, like how much football our guys know and are sharing with each other, the conversations. That being said, our defense presents a lot of challenges. I mean, we are a hybrid 3-3, 3-4 bear defense. We play every coverage. And yesterday's team pass period, it was a different coverage every time, and you might see. That might be all you see the entire season. So it's a challenge right now, but I think when you get into game weeks, it's really going to benefit our guys. So I like the way we're responding, but it'll be interesting to see how we get into a game, and then obviously really more looking forward to game week.
Was this a former coach who was in?
Yeah, we had a former assistant coach, guy in the league that friends of all of ours who just was visiting, and we had him come in for a day, and I love when people come in, and I always kind of say, hey, tell me what you see, good, bad, and different, and. He was just really impressed with our guys, our guys' culture and our guys' football awareness.
How have you thought Baker's played the last 2 days of practice?
I thought he's been good. I think, I think our defense presents a lot of challenges. We're playing a lot of man, a lot of tight quarters coverages, so you have to. You're really kind of depending on some guys to make some plays for you. So I think we've, yesterday the red zone period was as good as we've ever had. I think there's some things we still need to work on. Some of the timing with the tight ends on the corner routes. It seems like we're just not quite hitting those yet. We're kind of open and we're throwing into a different spot. So as Ian comes back, as Tommy and Tremble, those guys are taking a lot of reps. We've been thin, so their legs are maybe not quite underneath them right now. I'd like to see some of those things gel over the next 2 weeks. But in terms of getting to the right spot, making the right calls, making the right protections, everything is pretty on point. So I'm looking forward to seeing how things go Friday night.
What do you need to see in that final preseason game to get a little comfort going into week one? What's something you have to see?
Yeah, I don't need to be comfortable. I just want to see the way we play, if that makes sense. Like, I think all of us are very interested in, on defense, how physical are we going to be, how hard are we going to play, and are we going to do what we're supposed to do in crunch time? If some things aren't right, if they hit a play, if we're not in our gap, we can keep correcting those things. But the ethos of who we are is to play with great effort and physicality on defense. Same thing on special teams, no penalties. And then on offense, really, it's going to be the communication. I hope we go down and score every time, but I want to see guys playing really hard, being where they're supposed to be. And we understand it's still a couple weeks away. There's a lot of things to work on. But I want to see the way we play. That's really important to me. And I want to see the guys have fun. We're coming back home. I want to see our guys go out there and play together and have fun and play the way we're capable of.
So it sounds like you're a lot more satisfied with how the discipline is coming along, especially with the O-line.
Yeah, our penalties have been good. We took a delay last week and some things, but in terms of holdings, in terms of false starts, I think we talked early in camp about it. I think, Joe, you might have asked me, we've made a commitment to changing up the cadences, and we said, hey, we're gonna play right through it. If we have a bad day, we have too many false starts, we won't win. That practice. So we're not changing because it's what we need to do to be successful. And so I think the guys have really handled it well. There's always changes in officiating every year, so illegal contact is kind of more of a prevalent thing. We haven't had a bunch of those. DPI's changed a little bit. So in the preseason, it's really more to be about the season. But I like the way our guys work. I like the way our guys do what we ask them to do, and they're invested in winning, which is what matters.
All right, everybody.